Hello everyone, this is HK Fanatic again. Today we're taking a look at the Cetme Rifle. This particular model was the creation of Century Arms International, but it has since had many of the parts that I could replace. For example, like the rear buttstock, I've gotten off of the G3 buttstock furniture kit you can get. Same thing for the front grip. Got this from Robert's RTG with the groove for the bipod. Very nice pickup, about 50 bucks. Sometimes you can get a combined furniture set together, or you can get the front grip with the bipod already on it for about like 110 bucks, somewhere around there. Price check accordingly. Find the best price you can. First off, there's a lot of horror stories circulating around about the Century Arms Cetme 308 Sporter, or Black Widow, or whatever other names that they've had for it. I've read articles where people claim there's no cycling, they get every shot's a jam, it locks up. I'll count my blessings, because on this model that I got, I didn't have to modify anything. It accepts magazines with no problem. These HK surplus or German surplus mags, which actually fit pretty well. Of course, stock fire control group. But you can replace these with trigger packs from the actual HK models, or ones designed for the HK, like the Navy plastic lowers and all that, will fit in here. Simply pop them in, and they'll have a section that just protrudes a little bit more on the bottom here, but they'll fit. Bolt, the actual bolt itself, not interchangeable with any of the HKs, but you can buy pretty much, not quite new, but in very good condition, the entire bolt itself for about 90 bucks. All the parts you need on it already, so not a bad idea to buy a backup. I haven't purchased a new bolt, but I have purchased a new firing pin, spring, and locking assembly for that part. I intend to get me a new bolt head, and that should be good enough for this one, because this one's in pretty good shape. I just had to clean it up quite a bit. It was kind of dirty when I first took the weapon apart. Another thing on the original stock that comes on, the pins that come in it, throw them away, trash the damn things, and purchase some actual HK pins from Robert's RTG, or wherever you want to pick them up from. These are actual HK pins, which something I couldn't do before was take them out by hand. Again, this was a green. This buttstock was originally green, but I just took some black polymer high heat paint and touched it up because it was kind of scarred and dinged. You can still see some of the little damage marks on it. Cheek rest is an aftermarket I picked up on some airsoft website. It's a copy of the version that went on the H&K SG one, which is basically an accurized G3 with a select barrel, and of course the hen's hole scope. The mount, about 50 bucks. You can pick those up again just anywhere online. Normally I use a red dot, but I have the scope on there just when I was sighting it in, and just to see how the best accuracy I could get out of it. And the best I could shoot with very quality ammunition was about 1 MOA, which I'm very happy with. Very happy. Again, on magazines, you can pick up these military surplus ones in bundles for around $3 a magazine, maybe less. You can also buy the more expensive steel ones, of which I have a couple of those. Actual HK steel. A word on these magazines: you don't just put them straight up, really. You kind of have to do the old, a little at an angle, then up until it clicks, and then give them a good hit on the bottom. When you hear the click, you know it's in good. Ammunition. Quick word on these. I'll dispel any myths right now. You want to purchase NATO surplus ammunition, 7.62 by 5.1 millimeter. Now you can also fire what they call white box ammo, which, if I'm correct, both Winchester and Federal both make a 7.62 by 5.1 round. Those are fine to fire out of here. And you can tell when you see them, because the box will just be white. It won't say 308. It will say 7.62 by 5.1 on it. Same thing for the 5.56. The difference between 223 and 5.56 is they're not the same. The length of the cartridge is actually the 5.56 is actually longer than the 223. But it'll say, will they look the same? Yeah, but if you actually measure them, you'll see there's a difference. The only difference between the 308 and the 7.62 is not the caliber, but it tends to have to do with the thickness of the brass in the case. The actual brass itself is thinner. This system extracts very violently, and although I haven't had it happen to me, I have seen and read reports about people shearing off the half of a brass casing. Half of it stays inside the fluted section of the chamber and the other half and then you have to extract it, which yeah, you just want to stay away from that. The word is you get what you pay for. You buy ultra cheap ammo, well, don't expect much out of that. Again, like I said, parts, even a complete G3 parts kit, you can pick it up for probably around 200 and some change. I haven't priced them again recently, so technically you get one of those part kits, you could purchase a receiver from a couple of, well, for example, from Roberts RTG has quite a good selection of already. They're just right off the stamping, and they have to be welded and put together. Of course, your trunnion is going to have to be welded in and everything else, but you can get an excellent video from AGI that will teach you how to actually build one up from just a parts kit. But for the first module, not to go too long on this, like I said, I purchased this in 2003. I paid $299 plus tax for this. Of course, now you're seeing them selling. I've seen them selling on like Guns America and other places like that for anywhere upwards of $500–600 and up. Again, I've had people offer for me to sell it. I'm not selling it. I'm trying to collect as many of these as I can. I foresee a future where you're not going to be able to get good quality ones as it is. You already can't find the actual more quality models anymore. Now, I don't know, that could change. Century Arms could start putting out another line, and I don't know. This one shot well. I've already fired a couple hundred rounds out of it. I have minimal stoppages. Mine was set up good. The bolt gap was right at about 0.10, which technically you want it around anywhere between 0.003, I think, to 0.013, as long as you still have some gap. If you don't have gap, then obviously you probably have some excessive wear and tear. You may need to replace your rollers, all these parts can be purchased at Roberts RTG. And that's that. And possibly they used to sell parts at pof.usa, but I don't know. I think they've limited the number of Cetme parts that they have, as they're trying to concentrate on their own line of weapons that they have. Not much else to say except for, again, do your research, look up as much as you can, find out what you can, and if you're going to buy one, just be prepared that you may have some problems. You may have some belly aching you're going to have to go through. There will be some growing pains to some degree or another, but unfortunately, like I said, in my case, they were very minor. Other than getting the rear original buttstock off, having to use a mallet to tap it off. The new one replaced easy. The pins come out by hand. I don't have to worry about any of that. So all in all, it's been so far nothing but a good experience for me with this. Until the next module, we'll actually take this thing out and shoot it a little bit and see how it does. Until then, HK.